Batman's origin is one of, if not the most defining trait of his character, so much so that most major Batman adaptations feel the need to represent it. This despite the fact that everyone is familiar with the origin of one of pop culture's most iconic characters. Nevertheless, while there have been many alternate takes on the Batman, most of them with their own version of the tragic backstory, very few stray too far from the original template. This is perhaps because many see the loss at the very beginning of his story as a driving force behind the campaign for justice. The death of loved ones at the hands of the darkness that engulfs Gotham, while devastating, is perhaps essential for the Batman to exist. This, however, is questioned in 1981's Detective Comics number 500. The story, titled To Kill a Legend, is written by Alan Brennert, with art by comic stalwart Dick Giordano. It opens on a regular Batman patrol around Gotham, when the Dark Knight is greeted by the Phantom Stranger, a supernatural hero that... Look, honestly, I don't really know what he does. Just assume that what's about to happen is normal. The Stranger has sought out Batman and offers him a mission. He explains that the Batman timeline is on a loop across various realities. 20 years before this Bruce Wayne witnessed his parents murdered, another Batman experienced the same loss. Comic readers would come to know this one as the Golden Age Batman of the 1940s. Now, 20 years after the death of Thomas and Martha Wayne, the cycle is about to repeat, and another Bruce Wayne will become consumed by the darkness. The Stranger offers our Batman the opportunity to journey to this separate reality and allow him to do what he never could: save his parents. After moments of consideration, Batman agrees and steps through the Stranger's fog into the new reality, followed closely behind by Dick Grayson, the first Robin. When they first cross over, they appear at the Gotham docks and quickly intervene when they see some criminal activity. The crooks in question are horrified to see the dynamic duo, their costumes being so foreign and outlandish to them that it shatters their minds. This is also true of the GCPD, who arrive and are equally frightened by these perceived lunatics in bright colors. Batman and Robin flee the scene and go to check on the Waynes. Outside Wayne Manor, Batman looks on in disbelief as he sees his parents for the first time in 20 years. As Batman is awestruck, Robin turns his attention to the young Bruce Wayne. Robin observes that he's a full-on rich kid, incredibly spoiled and ill-mannered, a far cry from the happy little lad with loving parents that Bruce Wayne is usually depicted as. They leave with Batman concluding that since his parents died on the 26th, they have about 6 days to find Joe Chill, the man responsible for killing his parents, and stop the cycle from repeating. Their investigation takes them all over the city, following leads and searching through records. Interestingly, as Robin conducts research, he slowly realizes that there is no real mythology and heroics here, with a total absence of fictional characters that superheroes drew inspiration from in their early history. What's more, astronomy books show that Krypton and the Red Star it orbited also doesn't exist, meaning that there will never be a Superman. Robin deduces that it's possible that Batman would have been this reality's only hero, or at the very least, the first that would inspire more. Combined with his previous concerns about young Bruce, Robin begins to question whether or not they may be doing more harm than good by preventing the Wayne murder. Their investigation leads them to Lou Moxon, who in previous iterations was the man who hired Joe Chill to kill the Waynes. Batman questions him on the whereabouts of Joe Chill. Moxon, however, has never heard of him. Moxon, though, does intend to kill the Waynes and decides to move up his schedule because of this intrusion. Meanwhile, Chill arrives in Gotham from out of town and goes to see the man he was told to ask for work: Lou Moxon. At nightfall, the pair return to the Wayne household to continue their observation. Once there, Robin expresses his concerns to his mentor, but Batman won't hear it. He says that without their interference, that young boy will grow up and live with anguish, regret, and anger for his entire life. He even reminds Robin of how he lost his own parents, asking him if he really thinks he could stand by as he watches someone else get their family taken from them. Batman goes to check on interstate records to see if he can find Chill that way. Robin stays behind to keep an eye on the Waynes and is surprised to see them leave for the movies, apparently setting into motion the event. He falls closely behind, all the while still wondering if he can actually interfere. Batman, meanwhile, has tracked down Chill to the hotel room he's staying in. When he arrives, he is surprised to find Chill beaten and near death. Apparently, because they questioned Moxon about him previously, when Chill finally did arrive, it became too suspicious, and they chose to take him out. As he lies on the floor dying, he tells Batman that the hit is on for tonight. Confused, Batman looks at the calendar, seeing it's still only the 21st. He then springs into action, realizing that since 20 years have gone by, that entails 5 leap years, so the timetable is moved up by 5 days. Which, yes, is an odd and kinda dumb rule, but it does make for a cool twist. The Waynes are confronted by a gunman, and Robin finally decides that he can't just watch a family die, regardless of what consequences it might bring. Before he can do anything, however, Batman arrives and quickly dispatches the would-be murderer, finally allowing him to save the only people that he never could. With their task complete, the stranger welcomes them back as the two leave this reality forever changed. Weeks later, Thomas and Martha Wayne are astonished by how Bruce has changed since the incident. He's more well-mannered, studious, and has begun training athletically. The narration lets us know that Bruce will now dedicate his life in tribute to that strange shadowy figure that saved his parents. He will work and train to continue a mission of justice, not because he's filled with anger and pain, but to help provide that same hope that Batman did that night. And that's the story of Batman of Earth 5. A Batman who bucks all conventions and prior notions of what it takes to be the Dark Knight. A bright relief in what is regularly a hero born from the depths of despair. Thanks so much for joining me. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please leave a like if you did, and subscribe if you want to see more. This has been Tales to Showcase. I've been the Watcher of New Earth, and you have been great. Hope to see you in the next video. Take care.